Welcome back to another video from me, Stephen Hamilton, a property developer who has been in the sector for 11 years. I have been an educator for 5 years and I am here to make your property journey easier. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down what you need to have as cash in order to buy a £100,000 property in the UK today in a limited company. Now, this isn't in your personal name. This is for people who want to start their property journey correctly, and we're doing it in a limited company. Now, a lot of you will say, what's the difference between your personal name and a limited company? I have an unbelievable course on that in my community that you can buy in the link below for £49. But right now, we're going straight into what you need to do and what cash reserves you need to have. Well, first things first, you need to have a limited company set up in order to purchase the property. And a myth that so many people fall foul of is that you set up a limited company and you think that you have to have 2 years worth of accounts or 2 years of trading history before you can get a buy-to-let mortgage. Let me tell you, that's not true. You can set up a limited company today and you can have a mortgage approved tomorrow, okay? Because a limited company where you are buying property, they base the lending on the property. They don't really base it on the person. Obviously, you need to have your credit report in order. You have to have some sort of income until you become a landlord or a full-time property developer. But you can set up a limited company today and you can have a mortgage approved tomorrow. You can have an offer in writing straight away. So don't fall for setting up a limited company, having to wait around, because think about it with common sense. If you set up a limited company to buy and sell or buy and keep properties, what can you do in the time that you are trying to build credibility to show the lenders that your company's been around? There's nothing at all, because you can't buy any properties. So limited companies get set up. Lenders will lend against it the next day. As long as everything's in order with your credit report, you will be completely fine. So there's a myth that is busted for you, okay? So what else do you need to make sure that you have in order? Well, you need to make sure you've got a great solicitor, because they make the conveyancing process easier. Now, conveyancing is where you are in legals. So when you purchase a property, you need a solicitor to do works for you. And the works that a solicitor does for you in the legal side of things is they will get all the searches, they will check all of the title deeds, they will check all of the bits and pieces about the property to make sure you're buying something that works correctly. That is a solicitor's job. You also need to make sure that you have a good broker, because a good mortgage broker will go out and find you the best deal for what you're trying to do. In this case, if we're buying a £100,000 property on a buy-to-let mortgage to rent out, a broker will speak to multiple lenders. They will put the application out. They will see which one works best for you. And then they will present it to you and say, this is the one I believe you should go with because it meets your criteria and it's the best option for you on the market today. And then you have to make sure you have the deposit. Now, the deposit on a buy-to-let mortgage in the UK is 25%. Some lenders will want 30%, but 25% is the norm. So if you're buying a £100,000 property, you need £25,000 as the deposit. Let me do a full breakdown of what you need in order to purchase a £100,000 property for you right now over on the board. Let me explain it to you where you get a visual understanding and not just me talking. So we find a house and the house costs £100,000. We're buying it in a limited company, meaning we have to pay £25,000 as our deposit. Now, the reason in a limited company you put a bigger deposit than a residential mortgage, so a residential mortgage is usually 10%, and that's based on your earnings. This mortgage in a limited company is based on the property and the rental income. So you have to put a 25% deposit down. So you need £25,000. Then we have to pay stamp duty. And the stamp duty on a property of £100,000 is £5,000. We will also have to pay legals, which is the money that goes to your solicitors. You're looking at around £1,500 for a decent solicitor to actually get this into conveyancing and completed for you. So our outlay is £25,000, £5,000 and £1,500. So we're looking at £31,500 to get us in to our first ever buy to let. Now the rental income on a property of around £100,000 should be 600 to maybe 750. And the interest rates will vary based on you. It'll be based on your credit report. It'll be based on your history. With a brand new property, you've got no history. You're probably going to be looking at around 5 to 6% a year interest. So if you look at this, £100,000, you're going to be looking at around £250 to £325 per calendar month for your interest on your buy-to-let mortgage. Now, do you take out an interest-only mortgage like this, or do you take down a repayment mortgage? If you're building a portfolio in order to get out of your 9 to 5, you should always take it as an interest payment, because the surplus money that's left over will fund your salary and your lifestyle. If you're doing this alongside a job, repayments might work better for you. So when you finish paying the mortgage off after 25 years, the house is completely paid off. I like the interest only reason because this £100,000 house in around 5 to 7 years will be worth around 150 to 175, because a £100,000 house is going to be bought up north, East Midlands and up north in the country. Down south, not getting much for £100,000. Might get a parking space, might get a garage, but this works better in the East Midlands and the northern part of the UK. But very simple, 31,500 gets you into your first ever buy-to-let property in a limited company, and I hope you understand that, and I've explained it in simple terms to not overcomplicate it when most people try and confuse you in order for you guys to need more information. You don't need any more information than that. Now that I've explained it in a drawing to you, hopefully that has simplified your first ever property purchase in a limited company for £100,000 property. Guys, let me explain to you. The property world is not as difficult as many people make it out to be. It's all about having the right knowledge, having the right connections, and learning from people that are actually doing it day to day. I have suffered major setbacks in this industry. I have had so many things go wrong, but I've had everything else go right. So people like me can share my knowledge. I can speak to you on the level. I can explain to you what to do and what not to do. I can literally get all the doubts out of your brain and make you go, I can do this. I have what it takes to be a property developer. And most people want to build up a portfolio for retirement. And the name of the game is to make sure that you take the first steps in order to become great, or in order to live the life that you want to live. Now, with me, I own the Property Circle. It's a community of like-minded people. I teach BRRs, which is the buy, refurbish, refinance, rent. I teach how to buy property. I teach deal sourcing. I teach how to flip houses, auctions, HMOs, assisted sales. I have a fantastic community. I am building that community up to become one of the biggest, not just in the UK, in the world. And it all starts with small steps. That's what you have to do. You have to take that first step. There is a link below where you can buy the limited company versus personal name course, where you can understand the pros and cons of both of them for £49. There's also a link below for you to book a call directly with me if you want to have a conversation, or if you want to meet me in person, face to face, where I can map out the first 6 months or the next 6 months of your journey. They are both in the description below. My advice before I sign out of this video, do what people do who you can clearly see are doing property. If people are just talking on stage, if people are just doing podcasts and you're following their social medias and you cannot see them at property, you cannot see them on site, you don't have nothing to see where they're actually living and breathing this space, they're the people you don't want to follow. You want to follow the people you can actively see doing property. There are hundreds of us out there, but the one you want to follow is definitely me. And I will catch you in a few days' time with another video. And anything you guys want to see, comment below. Let me know what videos I can break down for you, and we can turn any simple matter even simpler. I can break it down in a dummy's guide where you go, oh, I understand it in simple terms where people aren't trying to overcomplicate it. Catch you guys later. Peace out.